Hi, Alison Marsden here from Gardening by Design with a video tip highlighting a couple of early summer favourite flowers. It's no secret that I like to get value out of the plants I give space to in my garden. And this bed of roses underplanted with Nepeta, both of which can be dead-headed to flower again all summer, is certainly no exception. But there are some flowers which only flower once, and then for a short time and at the mercy of the weather, but are nonetheless garden worthy for the display that they give. And I'm particularly thinking in early summer about peonies and irises. These can look great in a massed planting if you have a garden, such as one open to the public, large enough to have a bed devoted to these flowers, which you can simply ignore the rest of the year. But for most of us, it's a case of fitting one or two of these plants into a border in a mixed planting where there are other plants for structure and colour through the summer. One of the great things about both peonies and irises is that they do have good foliage. Iris foliage is virtually evergreen and gives you a great fan of these stiff grey-green sword-shaped leaves, which, although not massively spectacular, are a good foil mixed in with other foliage. And you can see here that I've got mine planted in front of some lavender and above a black cut-leaved elder, which just gives a little bit of extra contrast in the foliage and the colour. And that makes it enough for me to have this cluster of irises. The flowers are a very, very dark purple black and one of my favourite colours. But certainly with irises you wouldn't leave the dead heads on. As you can see, a dead iris stalk looks pretty dead. And so I will cut that down as low as I can and just leave the fan of leaves for the rest of the year. Peonies are different, they're not evergreen. The foliage dies off at the end of the summer, sometimes giving a little bit of yellow colour as it goes. But they're another good statuesque plant, a good robust leaf to contrast to others around. What is more interesting about peonies is I would leave the dead heads on. They don't look quite as dire as they die as the irises do. You won't get a second flush even if you do deadhead. And some of them have quite interesting seeds, particularly the lemon variety, the very early flowering Molly the Witch, where if you see these 2 or 3 pointed furry seed heads, and as they open at the end of the summer, the seeds are bright pink, which is really a bit of a treat. So it's definitely worth including these showy but flash in the pan flowers in a mixed border. Just don't expect them to be there all summer, so have other things around that will come earlier and perform later while your stars are resting. There's more information on my Gardening by Design website about how gardening supports well-being and how I can help you.